Hello ladies and gentlemen, and this is my second upload to YouTube. It's the first in a couple of months, and this is about The Undertaker and WrestleMania 29 and who he possibly could face and if it's his last. Now, is WrestleMania 29 going to be the last time you hear that gong? Is it the last time you're going to hear the sounds of that orchestra of noise when The Undertaker comes out at WrestleMania? I don't know, but in this video I will definitely be giving you my thoughts and my opinion on The Undertaker and who he possibly could be facing at WrestleMania 29 or even WrestleMania 30, because I personally don't think he will be facing it. I don't think he will be wrestling at WrestleMania 29, but there's always that slim chance that it could possibly come out and say that I want to have my last match at WrestleMania 29 or whatever, because I do think that his tank is running on empty, and I think that WrestleMania, if he's going to have a last WrestleMania, the whole showcase should be dedicated for him, because WrestleMania without the Undertaker is just it's just not the same, to be honest. So I do think that if it is going to be his last match, his last event in WWE, you should get the whole thing dedicated to him. Because if you look at it, when's the last time you can remember The Undertaker not being at WrestleMania? I know he's missed out one or two in his long storied career, but when is the last, like, when WrestleMania before him, it just without him doesn't seem right. But that's just my opinion. And who will he face at WrestleMania 29 if he does have a match, or who will he face at WrestleMania 30? If that is going to be his next match, you'll find out who my thoughts are, and the one that's getting talked about right now is for WrestleMania 29. You'll just find out who that person is right now. He's a cult personality. It's CM Punk, and that's who's getting talked about at the moment. But I don't see the direction that WWE could be taking with that, because I feel sorry for CM Punk, because I keep saying I'm just a little bit nervous. I feel sorry for him because the fact that he had the title for so long, for over 400 days, and then it was stripped. Let's face it, it was stripped from him because The Rock is a bigger name than him. Don't get me wrong, The Rock was my idol when I was a kid, and he still is in many ways. But I do think that it was unfair to take the CM Punk to take the title taken off him when The Rock really didn't earn the title match, and now The Rock's going to headline WrestleMania against John Cena, which is an absolute piece of shit from WWE, because a lot of people paid for WrestleMania last year thinking it was just going to be that once in a lifetime match, and it's not going to be like that. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about CM Punk against CM Punk possibly up against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Would it be a good match? Hell yes. Is it the right direction for CM Punk's career? No. But Undertaker's not going to have a problem fighting against CM Punk, because they had a brilliant rivalry about 3 or 4 years ago, and I remember it vividly. CM Punk won the World Heavyweight title of Jeff Hardy at SummerSlam in a TLC match, and while CM Punk was celebrating, Undertaker came out and the lights went dark, and he basically barred the living daylights out of CM Punk. And I remember that match vividly because it was a great match, the Jeff Hardy CM Punk, and I think it was Jeff Hardy's last match in WWE before he went back to TNA. But that is a completely another matter. How cool was that there anyway? Just saying, put that in there. But yeah, these two know each other, so it's not like the match will not be good, because they know each other's strengths. And I know it's been a while, but The Undertaker has still got it. You still got it. Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, yeah, The Undertaker can definitely have another great match at WrestleMania with CM Punk. Would it be The Undertaker's last match at WrestleMania? I reckon it would be so, because he's just not fit now. I mean, he's had hip replacement surgery, he's had all sorts on his shoulder. You look at him, he looks so lean, so skinny, around the chest bone area. It doesn't look fit enough to be doing even yearly matches, and it's not fair on the fans, and I think Undertaker knows that. For people to be waiting a whole year round just for the Undertaker to have that match, I think Undertaker's gotten to the stage. He's just old school sort of wrestler. I like how I said old school and ones is right anymore. Anyway, he thinks as soon as it's it, that's it, and he will have that. He has that mentality, I think. So we'll need to wait and see. Like the thing is though, if the match does go ahead, a lot of people will say that the CM Punk will probably win, and I wouldn't like to see the Undertaker's streak get taken off him. The thing with how he was wrestling over the last 4 years, he's had matches with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. The things about Shawn Michaels and Triple H at that point was they weren't regularly wrestling. But the thing was, CM Punk, I know it's all scripted, I know this, but I think it would be hard for WWE to explain how CM Punk lost, because let's face it, CM Punk's in better condition. CM Punk should win, but the thing is about WrestleMania, it's Undertaker's domain, all that jibber jabber, and I'd hate to see Undertaker getting beat at WrestleMania, because it's just one of those things that WrestleMania seems that little bit more. You want to watch it more because Undertaker's there. People say that Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania. No, Undertaker is. Without Undertaker, WrestleMania has not got that special, that extra little bit of pizzazz, shall we say, that little extra incentive to watch, and that's how I'll feel about it. But WrestleMania 29, as far as Undertaker doing some sort of wrestling role at it, I don't think it's going to happen. The guy is nearly 50 years old, and some people don't seem to understand that. Because a pro wrestler can easily wrestle into his 60s, but only do a couple of matches a year. The thing that is a problem with Undertaker is he's had so much injuries that he's carried over the years that he hasn't seen to. Like, let's say his hip, for example, and his shoulder. It just. I've lost my train of thought, but to summarise, basically, CM Punk Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. Yeah, I'd love to see it as long as Undertaker won. CM Punk versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. That's more realistic in my opinion. But I think 2 years would be long enough for WWE to work out some sort of deal with TNA. And I know WWE have got this whole big problem with WWE. TNA and WWE are at loggerheads. But I think that's a long enough time for them to work out some sort of deal with Sting and TNA to just have that match, that Sting vs Undertaker match that everybody's wanted for years and years and years, and I know I want it, but it will never. That's just a pipe dream. It will not happen. But if it did, that would be the best match possibly ever, the biggest match ever, because it's two of the greatest wrestlers of all time coming against each other on the biggest stage in them all. It would just be absolutely fantastic. But we are coming to an end. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please leave in the comments your dream WrestleMania match, who you want Undertaker to fight, and do you think it will be the end of the Undertaker. And please subscribe for more of these little opinion videos about wrestling in the world of that area, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Peace.